Oh my.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
What's up? Can you hear me? Well, if you can't, oh well. That's all right. We'll figure it out. How's everybody doing? Good to see you. Good to be here. Welcome to Lab After Dark.
My.
I was actually kind of taking a trip around the old YouTube. There's not a lot to watch right now. That's just my humble opinion. Just saying. It's out of control. People are out of control. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about what I want to talk about. That intro seemed really, really long for some reason. I don't know why it was so long. It just was. It felt... It's no different. Sorry, let me change my filter real quick. It's no different than it's ever been. But for some reason, it just felt a little like it was going on a little bit longer than it should have. Anyway, welcome to the lab. Johnny Coleman, hey, no notice. You know what? I didn't have one scheduled. I had no intentions of going on today. I feel I apologize for the randomness of it. And I sincerely apologize about that. But anyway, there's not a lot I can do about it anymore. It's out of my hands. It's out of my hands. Just kidding. I wanted to go live. But yeah, I just hadn't planned on it. So anyway, here we are. Random and spontaneous. The way it's supposed to be. Yeah, I thought so. I was just thinking, this is honestly was going through my head. So I'm sitting here and I was actually working on a video, and then I was like, oh, let me go see like if there's a good I don't know, a good World War II documentary that I could go listen to or watch while I'm doing this. And then I look at my live list, and then I start clicking on it, and I'm watching, and I'm going, holy crap. So I said, there's got to be like 10 to 15 people out there right now that want to listen to something else. And because you are members, because you are subscribers, because you are always here, I thought I would just come on. I was just like, there's got to be people out there that want to listen to something else right now. There got to be. Please let there be. And there is. And Gwen, thank you so much for gifting a membership. Let's see. Love Pink. I miss Love Pink. I haven't seen you in a while. Well, I've seen you, but I just haven't said hi to you in a while. And it's good to see you. Welcome. Sammy's in the house. What's up, Sammy? Yeah. Hi. I have been flirting with the idea uh, of maybe once a week opening, and this goes against every single little twinge in my better, you know what I mean? But I have been thinking maybe about opening up the panel once a week sometimes. What do you guys think about that? I don't know who would come up, but the thing is, you'd have to be pretty much an established member. You don't have to be a member, but you'd have to be somebody that I recognize in the chat and stuff like that. All on After Dark, and it's different because you actually have to certify through YouTube, through StreamYard, and it's a whole thing. It is a whole thing, but I've been kind of curious about doing it. I don't know if there are people that are interested that would actually come up. But I do like to interact with people, and so I don't know if there are people that are interested in joining a panel. Then we'll do it. If there's not, then we won't. Well, yeah, it's whatever. It's not a big deal, and that's how it is. I know. Josh has 99 viewers and I am 199. That 101 now. So what's up, the sweetness? Good to see you. I'd never panel. Brooks wouldn't be allowed. I've called in, but not hitting your panel. You do great without me. See, that is what I'm kind of thinking, that the gist would be. See, somebody said they'd panel for a chat. So anyway. Third time's a charm. Glad to be here. The lab, perfect. After back-to-back comedy open mics. You did an open mic tonight? Interesting. Check this out. I found this story, I kind of wanted to talk about it, and because I don't know, I've never seen a story like this in my life. But I'm gonna read it to you. So this has actually been reported now by, I believe, the New York Post, 2fab.com, LA something. I don't know. All kinds of stuff. But I just don't know if this can be a true story. However, there are many organizations talking about it. I just don't know how it could be true. I truly don't. And if it is true, it's one of the most insane things I've ever watched or read. But I'm going to share it with you guys, and because it's weird. So the title is, you don't really have to do anything. It's just like, you just, I guess not. It's not like show your face, but like I'm not just going to let like random people, but like if you're in the chat and it's a, and something you want to do, if you want to come up at some point, and we'll do like I guess we can do that like once a week or something. I don't know. We could, whatever. Let's see. So you don't have to qualify, but, Sean, if you've been here, you've been here. If you ever, come up, you come up, whatever. But anyway, so mull that over, and then we talk about that another day. All right, here we go. So this is on tofab.com and the newyorkpost.com. And this is the article that it says, dying wife asks husband if she can sleep with her ex one last time. Now this was posted this is posted on Reddit. And so here's the story. It says a man claims his wife has left him feeling ashamed and guilty as he struggles with whether or not to grant one of her end-of-life wishes, to sleep with a former partner. The story sparked debate across the internet, with people taking sides in this moral quandary. I don't think that there's much of a moral quandary here, but maybe somebody does. Let me just get through this, because I've never heard anything like this. Okay. Whether or not the tale, which first appeared 2 years ago on Reddit and has recently been reviewed in a subreddit, is true, seems of little consequence to those arguing in the various comment forums. In fact, it seems to be serving as a kind of modern parable, allowing for armchair philosophers across the globe to pontificate on the moral dilemma. Here's the story as it first appeared. I can't have this tied to my main, but I really need to say something about it, and I have no one I can tell. So he goes to this subreddit anonymously because he wants to tell people about it, but he's afraid to use Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or whatever it is. It says starting soon still. I don't know why it says that. All right. So let me see. All right. My wife, this is what the Redditor says. My wife has a terminal disease. She is projected to live at most 9 months. I am, of course, destroyed. We've been together for a decade. I don't remember life without her, and I don't know what I'm going to do when she's gone. I have been doing my best to make the last days of her life good and grant her whatever wish I can. The doctor said that she would likely need to be in a wheelchair in 4 or 5 months. Then by month 8, she'll be bedridden for the last few weeks. That's if she doesn't decline faster. Recently, she sat me down and told me that one of the last things she wanted to do was to sleep with her previous partner of hers. I, of course, was shocked, and when I asked her why the F she wants that, so basically she thinks that her most physically compatible, satisfying lover was him. She gave a whole monologue about how sex sometimes is just physical and how emotionally fulfilling sex is with me, but it was BS to get to that point. So now I'm left with this: denying my dying wife a wish for my own ego, or let her sleep with another man who she feels was better. Honestly, I'm so pissed off and betrayed that she asked this of me. I feel like I'm put in a position where I have to say yes because she's dying. I know what I want to say, but I don't know if that's right. I'm so hurt that sleeping with an ex was apparently so good that she needs to do it once before she dies. I just hate everything about this. So that is the post. That was the post in its original form. Now, let me tell you this. I don't know if this is true or if this is false, or it sounds like it was a true story and it happened some time ago. I don't know whatever happened with it, but check this out. First of all, the fact that she just asked is enough. Like, once you ask, you don't put, Pandora doesn't go back in the box. The damage is done. I don't know how you take something like that back. You don't. I don't think you do. Matter of fact, I know you don't. You don't take something like that back. So, okay, I'll tell you this. It should be absolutely not. Absolutely not. Well, I mean, it's not even a, I mean, she can. You know, a lot of, look, the answer is no. It's just no. If she does, matter of fact, to be honest with you, her just asking that would probably constitute somebody, whether she's terminally ill or not, probably just leaving that relationship at that point. I mean, it's first of all super disrespectful. It's putting somebody in the worst possible position. What the hell? Who does that? The answer is no. It's and like, I feel bad for the guy that he was even asked that or put in that position, but holy crap. I've never heard of such a thing. Well, that was the other thing. So what would the ex say? I mean, is the ex going to go along with that? Would he go along with that? Miss Kitty says, I've never heard that bucket list in my life. I haven't either. Like I said, it's one of the weirder stories that I've heard. But let me see here. Here we go. So some of these, let me read a couple. So let me see. Unacceptable. People of morals, values, respect, and loyalty. No, this is ridiculous. How did he not just pick up and leave her is beyond me. This is not even to be considered, dying or not. That's... Somebody said, sure, let her go see him. Then he can take care of her, put his life off, etc. Win-win. Yikes. And let's see. Great. And here's a great point. What if the shoe was on the other foot? I'm sure she would be extremely hurt and feel you were insensitive for even asking. Yeah. I would think so too. I've never heard of such a thing. Somebody says, I'd say, sure, send an email to the family stating her last wishes, and she'll need to be cared for by them. File for divorce immediately to separate assets and begin a new life. Easier said than done, but I think this would be the course of action for myself. Yeah, I think so. I think that the course of action, yes. Like I said, even if she doesn't sleep with him, the damage is done. It doesn't matter at that point anymore. To me, it doesn't matter anymore. It's just the damage is done. Yeah, and the fact that he even has to think about this, I feel sorry for her husband. It's heartbreaking to have to hear that from your wife. Yeah, I don't know. And no, nah, she's not. She's got at the time. I don't know where this story stands. I'm just saying that, and I don't know what happened, but it doesn't matter. The damage is done, and I don't care. Husband, wife, doesn't matter. Either way, it's crazy. It's nuts. Perhaps just a slow news day. I mean, I don't know if it was a slow news day or not. I thought it was an interesting. I thought it was a interesting story. No, no, it's no, none of that. None of it goes on. Um, let's see. Somebody, yeah, and another really good point is somebody said this terminal illness may be affecting her brain. I don't know if it is or not. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Is that possible? I think that's possible. Um, I mean, I would hope not. I thought from both sides. I would just divorce her and be done with it. Terminal illness or not, that's not acceptable. Golly. Kayla! What's up, Kayla? Thank you. Thank you. Don't give her excuses. I'm not. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not giving her excuses. I think it's incredibly wrong, and I think it's incredibly weird. Um okay, now there is anyway, I just thought I'd share that story with you. I thought it was weird. All right, so check this out. Now I kind of want to know what people think about this. In this isn't a female bucket list entry, in my honest opinion. Yeah, like I said, I don't even know if it's true, to be honest with you. And yeah, like I don't even know. It's just it was a weird story, and I was kind of thinking about it, going, man, that seems kind of like that's pretty rough, you know. It's a terrible thing. Yeah, but like I said, I'm not 100% sure that it's true. I honestly hope that it's not true. To be honest, like because I wouldn't want to think that there are people that mean or that insensitive, even if you're dying. Okay, here, let me see. Mike Calta slaps. Okay, let me share this here. So there is and I am very curious as to what people think about this. So there was this the backstory is Florida radio has always been a juggernaut. A lot of driving in Florida, a lot of this, a lot of that. You know what I mean? And so Florida radio at the time had always been a big deal and kind of still is. And there was this guy on the radio. His name was and is he's still on the air. Bubba the Love Sponge. Bubba the Love Sponge. Was a shock jock radio, similar to Howard Stern, even worked for Stern for a long time, got fired. They're pretty out of control people. And long story short, there was some malfeasance, some secret filming of things that shouldn't have been filmed secretly. And then a videotape got stolen. It involved Hulk Hogan, and it involved Bubba the Love Sponge, his wife. And Bubba lost his job to this man named Mike Calta. Now, Mike Calta is the one that he accuses of leaking the tape, okay? And I don't know. I know of Bubba the Love Sponge, yeah. Yeah, Mike Calta is gnarly. But anyway, so Bubba the Love Sponge loses his morning radio show to this guy who was his intern, who he accuses. This is years and years and years ago. Okay, years ago. Fast forward to last week, Bubba the Love Sponge's girlfriend goes to a Mike Calta signing. And the backstory's pretty insignificant. Oh, thank you so much, Randy. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And Ladybug, what's up, Ladybug? So the backstory is kind of insignificant. But this lady, Bubba's girlfriend, all these years later, goes to a live signing to confront him. And this is what happens. Okay, so she asks him a question with a camera in his face. He's in public. This is a work thing. He then grabs her phone from her because he doesn't want to be recorded for some reason. Here we go. So he grabs her phone, which, by the way, by the letter of the law, is battery.
I don't give a shit that you don't have permission to film it anymore. All right? Stop this.
So she wants her phone back.
Back away from me or I'm going to kick the shit out of you. Yeah.
So he says, back away from me or I'm going to kick the ass out of you.
Back away from me. Back away from me. Back away from me. If you don't back away from me, these guys are turning the fuck out.
So, he's saying, back away from me, while he's still holding her phone.
Get out, they'll give it to you outside. Go out and they'll give it to you outside.
So he said, go outside, and they'll give it to you back there.
I want my phone.
So she wants her phone back. Okay. Wow. So he calls her the C word.
Fuck off, dude. Dirty cunt.
So the police were called. They reviewed the tapes. And guess what? They declined to charge him. The district attorney has refused to charge him, saying that this lady was the aggressor. It may be, it may be dramatic. It may be a little bit dramatic on her part, but she didn't actually do anything wrong. She's allowed to film. She's allowed to film and ask questions, and he doesn't have to answer them or anything like that. But he took her phone from her. She tries to retrieve it, and he basically, they say that this was him pushing her off. This is what they say, that he's creating distance. This is what they say. He's creating distance. This lady is like 5'2", 110 pounds. And Calta is 6'4", 350 sopping ogre, nasty pile. I hate Mike Calta. It's no, he's a big time radio guy, but I hate him. First of all, he sucks, and he's insane. That's exactly right. Is that phone he's holding right now her phone he's looking at? Correct. Yes, that's exactly right. Single mom says she just wanted her phone. I agree. But look, does this look like pushing off to anybody else? I mean, that's a strike. That is, I mean, that's assault. No, she wasn't trespassing because it was like an open event. Okay. Look at the anger. Look at that face. It's assault. I mean, there's no other way. There is no other way to interpret what happened here. This man assaulted a woman for whatever reason, whatever the beef in the past was. Like I said, the backstory to this video alone isn't necessarily doesn't really matter. But yeah, they called the cops. And let's just, here, I'll write. They called the cops, and so he's asking her. So she's asking him a question. Hold on, let me get to this really quick. Ladybug and Kitty Cat, thank you so much, Kitty Cat. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, so he takes her phone. Oh, she is absolutely allowed. Okay, she says, you don't have permission to take that from me. He says, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Well, here's the thing. She did get a lawyer. And a good lawyer. I think there were two good lawyers. And they had a meeting with the district attorney, and the district attorney said, we're not going to charge him. I've never seen something so clear, like when it comes to, simple battery, assault. If I was to take anybody's, you cannot just take people's stuff off of them. Calta's wife's a lawyer. Well, he's going to need one. I believe she got the phone back. I believe her intent was just to get him on film. I think she was just asking to film. That's it. Well, yeah, maybe. That's possible, BC. Is she? Yeah, doesn't surprise me. So as a lawyer, she should know that her husband should be charged. Oh, and that was another thing, was part of the reason that they didn't charge him, because they said this would have been his first time offense. What? So next time he does it, then it'll be his first time offense if he actually gets charged.
I don't give a shit that you don't have permission to film it anymore. All right? Stop this.
There he goes.
Back away from me or I'm going to kick the shit out of you. Yeah. Back away from me. Back away from me. Back away from me. If you don't back away from me, you just got to turn the fuck out. Get out, they'll give it to you outside. Go out and they'll give it to you outside. Go.
She wants her phone back. You know what stops this altercation right here? Do you know what stops it? Him not taking her phone. All he has to do is say, "We're done. You're out of here. And I'm not talking to you anymore. I don't like the questions you're asking me. Please leave." But no, that's not what he did. He chooses to have a go at her. I mean, this is a hit to the face. Wow. Crazy, right? I mean, I cannot believe he didn't get charged. She's like, he committed a battery against me. She's right, too, by the way. He did. He absolutely did commit a battery against her. Simple, I believe, I mean, it should be simple assault or simple battery. Battery for taking the phone from her. You cannot just take stuff out of people's hands. You can't do it. You're not allowed to take people's property off of them just because. You're not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to do it. And he did it. And then when she tries to recover it, this enormous fat guy who can overpower her in 1 second, and the anger in his face, look at that face. Well, look at that face. This guy's still on the radio. Still has a job. This is for his job. What he's doing is like a meet and greet. I'm not a cancel culture guy. Words are words, and people say bad stuff, and people are mean. But like, he's assaulting women. That was an assault on a woman. You know, how? Yeah, he's on the Bone. That's right. The morning drive, the Bone in Tampa, I believe. I don't know if he's lost his job yet, but I'm telling you, they fired the guy that he replaced for something else. I mean, that they considered unethical, which I'm sure, it didn't meet up to their standards. And I believe the company's Cox. But what happens here is he just flat out assaults her. And he's getting away with it. It's weird. I'll play it for you one more time. Okay. So she has permission to film him. You're allowed to film people in public. If he doesn't want to be filmed, then he should just, Cox Media Group, then he should just not talk to her and say, hey, you see that? You see the bodyguard? All you gotta do is say, hey, I don't want her filming me. And don't talk to her. That's it. That's all you have to do. But for some reason, he thinks that he's so entitled that he can just reach across, grab this lady's stuff, and everybody knows. I know people go, it's just a cell phone. It's just a cell phone. Have somebody take your cell phone from you against your will. And it's like, it's like taking your central nervous system, like it or not. It's just how it is. You take that from somebody. It's like taking a purse. It's like taking a wallet. It's like taking, a major piece of something from you. And so that's what he does. And she's like, okay, well, what's that about? Now he's holding it up so she can't get to it. That's my property. And she's right. It's her property.
You don't have permission to film it anymore. All right?
Okay. So you don't have permission to film me anymore. She says, okay. She just wants her phone back now. If you listen.
I don't give a shit if you don't have permission to film it anymore. All right?
She says, okay, we're good. We're good. So then she's like, okay, can I have my phone now? She's ready to leave. She's ready to leave. And this is what he does. Back away from me. Like he's the victim. Back away from me. This Mike Calta is not a victim.
Back away from me or I'm going to kick the shit out of you.
He says, back away from me or I'm going to kick the shit out of you. That's what he says to her. You believe that?
Yeah, back away from me. Back away from me. Back away from me. If you don't back away from me, you just got to turn the fuck out.
So then he's calling her bees and stuff. He not only did he escalate it, then he assaults her.
Get out, they'll get you outside. Go out and they'll get you outside. Go.
She just wants her phone back. And that's what she's still saying. Okay, so she wants her phone back. Look at that. Wow. Well, the problem is she can't because the bodyguards jump in. Look at it. Look at smack right on the forehead. And if you tell me that's a push, it's not. He's coming over the top with his fat hand, his angry fat hand, and he smacks her right between the eyes. All she's doing, all she wants is her cell phone back. She has the right to have her cell phone back. And this is what he chooses to do. Wow. And Cox Media Group, I wonder if they're going to stand by their man because they fired Bubba the Love Sponge for something that was unethical, but it wasn't assault. Just because he's not being charged doesn't mean he didn't commit a crime. They just say, oh, well, we have to prove intent and, we have to prosecute this or whatever. That doesn't, just because he didn't get charged doesn't mean what he did wasn't criminal. What he did was absolutely criminal. Mike Calta is a huge radio personality in Florida. He's been a huge radio personality for a long time, and he's very full of himself. And he's very, very mean, and he's a bully, and he thinks that whatever he does doesn't matter. He's allowed to do whatever he wants. He's always kind of felt that way. Calta's a loser. He really is. Like, look at his face. And then calls her a dirty C. Yeah, he's got money too. He's very famous. At least in Florida. But like, I just like this to me. Like, look at this face. Look at that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Domestic, like right here, I believe that's still her phone, right? So is that her phone still? So now he's going through her phone. Wow. There's people and there's people laughing. You can hear people. You can hear people laughing. His double chin. Yeah. Yeah, and his wife makes money. She has billboards all over. I've never seen Mike Calta's wife, and I don't know if I want to. God. So here's my question. If Calta does this to her, if he's doing this to her, what is like if he did that to his wife, say they were in an argument and like she's like, "Oh, you can't have the last I don't know, pint of ice cream," and he's like, "Get off me, B," and then he does that. His wife leaves him. She calls the police and he goes to jail for domestic violence. You know, like she's not going to stay with him. What woman would stay with somebody that did that? So, how can his wife sit there and pretend? Great. Yeah, he does. He does look like Shrek. So how's his wife going to just sit there and be like, yeah, that's cool. She's fine with it. Yeah, I mean it's a very so this is assault. It's a very obvious that right there is a crime, just taking somebody's cell phone. We saw Dolly took a blowhorn or a bullhorn or whatever the freak they're called. I always thought they were blowhorns. I don't know why it would be called a bullhorn, but it's like, yeah, he makes a ton of money. Mimi yes, he's very well paid. Unfortunately. Yeah, how can his wife just sit there and go, yeah, that was fine what he did? I mean, it was such an overreaction. And sure, she was looking for a reaction. And if you'd be like, get out of my face, he literally attacks her. It's a megaphone. Dolly pulled a megaphone out of a lady's hand forcefully. It wasn't his property. And he got charged with assault because that's what assault is. Yeah, and Kayla just informed us that his wife is a hotshot lawyer that I didn't know. So she probably I'm sure she makes great money too.
I don't give a shit that you don't have permission to film it anymore. All right? Stop this.
He didn't even take the bullhorn. I mean, I think he did. I thought he took it off. I mean, I don't care. But whatever it is, you just can't even. You're not allowed to do it.
Back away from me, or I'll kick the shit out of you. Yeah, back away from me. Back away from me. Back away from me. Bitch, you don't back away from me. You just gotta turn the fuck out. Get out. They'll give it to you outside. Go out and they'll give it to you outside.
She wants her phone. Okay, so before she leaves, wow. I just can't. And he's gonna skate. Sorry, Gwen. We're about done with this here. I'm really just trying to make a point, because how he's not held responsible for this is so beyond words. I've never, when you know, the funny thing is I show it to you guys, you're watching it, and then all of a sudden you go, well, that's assault. That's assault. Right? That's what I thought too. That's assault. And there were people in the chat going, yeah, that's a crime right there. That's a crime right there. That's a crime. And it is a crime. But they did not file charges. Let me read that to you, Calta. Prosecutors in Sarasota cited self-defense in declining to charge the 102.5 The Bone host after incident at station event. Prosecutors on Friday declined to charge the Tampa radio host Mike Calta for taking a woman's phone away as she captured video of him at a station. But that's not all he did. Even that's not telling the truth. Yeah, so he's just not charged. Yeah, wow. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Yeah, he stole that tape. Yeah. And then I believe he leaked it as well. What the fact that they said that they cited a self-defense statute. What about this says self-defense? Is this so? This must be where he's defending himself right here. Okay, good job. Okay, situation diffused. No. I watched the replay, not a fan, but yes, Dolly didn't even take the ball out of the woman's hands. He tried, ended up pushing it downward aggressively. Yeah, it's assault. Whether you like it or not, that's the letter of the law.
I don't give a shit that you don't have permission to film it anymore. All right?
That should have been the end of it right there, but it surely wasn't. Yeah, self-defense, come on. Does this look like the face of somebody? Look at this guy. He looks like he's about to climb to the top of the Empire State Building. Golly. Anyway. Someone steals your bike out from under you and you put up a minor struggle, you are to blame. Yeah, apparently. Like, that is such a joke. How do you not she's a victim. Like she's an absolute she's a victim. And he got away with this. Gene says we now know why he's on radio. He is an ogre. There's no question about it. His aura matches, or his outside matches his aura and inside and personality. I mean, he's just not a very nice guy. And you can think of whatever you want about Bubba, the Love Sponge, and stuff like that. This is separate from that, to be honest with you. This is a completely separate issue. I know what it stems from, but if you just stand this alone, no context, no nothing, and say, are you allowed to film somebody in public at a public event? Are you allowed to put your camera up and film somebody? Yes. Now, does he have the right to say, hey, I don't want you to film me? Yeah. I don't know if she has to actually agree to it or not. But the thing about that is, God, yeah, they're all weird. Yeah, he's got like a perfectly fine family, and just a pile. I don't know. I really don't know how bad she was hurt, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's exactly. His face says how out of hand this could have gotten. He was. If there weren't other people there, Spears again. Nah, I didn't see that. Yeah, I mean it's. Is this Short Legs from Turtle Island? Am I just now putting that together? Is that you, Short Legs? That's awesome. I think it's you. I see in here. I just never put that together. Fat Mike Calta. Guy sucks. Florida bar fights are normal. Yeah, but like assaulting other people is like, hi, Short Legs. Good to see you. I guess I don't understand if he's meeting adoring fans why he why wouldn't he want not only them to film him but to do selfies with him. She was there to ask him about something that happened in the past and get a rise out of him, and she got a rise out of him. But he could have just stopped. He didn't need to do this. Yeah. Oh no, Calta sucks. Like his show here. Let me show you the Let me see. What is this? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. His name's Mike Calta. I don't really want to play any of his stuff. He sucks. Yeah, he's just a bad person. Yep, that's in Florida. BC, yeah, she's 5'0", 106 pounds, and he is 6'3", 300 plus. I think it said. So yeah. Are you from Florida? I mean, if you're from Florida, most people like around the Tampa area and probably know who he is. Yeah, the forearm did hit her. It was crazy. It's a crazy thing. Let me see here. And it's gonna be like, I don't know how he doesn't get, how he wouldn't lose his job from Cox. I mean, you would think that he would deserve to lose his job, but hold on. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, he's mostly big and why film him? Not victim blame, poor girl. Well, I mean, I think they're in the content business, and what she was trying to do is she had prepared questions for him, which it was a meet and greet, and like he has to, like, he doesn't have to, and he could have told her, "I'm not talking about this with you. Please leave." and that would have been the end of it. But he handled it in such a way that he literally assaulted her. Look, and the thing is, the district attorney can still file charges. They had just said they're not going to. They're just not going to. Let me see. Does he have a YouTube channel? I don't know if he does or not. I'm sure, well, most everybody has a YouTube channel, but that's not really where he's at. I mean, he's a terrestrial radio kind of guy. Mike Calta. That's crazy. So are they putting him back on the air? Yeah, are they really going to put him back on the air? God, I hope not. Thinks he can do whatever he wants. He just proved he can. No charges. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty nuts. I don't know. Oh, was he on the air? Yeah, like I said, you're gonna have to wait for Peyton's new show to talk about it. It happened last Saturday. He was on Monday morning. Yeah, well, he absolutely assaulted that lady, and that's really all there is to it. Nothing more to it, nothing less. Anyway, yeah, I wouldn't want to know any of them either. I appreciate you guys being here. You guys have a good night. Thank you for hanging out. I was just hoping to, just do something different. You did Robert Plantiva. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you. Had a good time. Thank you for the super chats and stickers. The new members, the old members, the renewed members. Good night. Nobody needs to know about Atlantis.
Oh my.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Damn, son. Damn, son. Y'all have a good night. Thank you so much.
Oh my.
Thank you, Lori. Appreciate that.